Welcome to my views and news. Another video for you. Firstly, Ethiopian PM Abiy will brief the parliament on Tuesday. He'll respond to questions from members of parliament. Secondly, Oromo Liberation Army in recent days shared some pictures and videos from two towns in western Oromia. The two towns have come back under government control reportedly. And thirdly, viewers, while peace agreement signed in Pretoria, South Africa is holding, ceasefire is holding, we are seeing some statements which should be avoided from both sides. Tigray side and Ethiopian federal government side. Both sides, some figures from the two sides are sharing information. They are tweeting in a very irresponsible manner. I have details for you. Firstly, on Tuesday, PM Abiy will brief the parliament. Session, I think joint session of the parliament will be held. Foreign diplomats, religious elders have been invited as well. He will not only brief the parliament, he will respond to questions from the members of parliament too. I remember that last time when he briefed the parliament, it was about ceasefire announced in March, I think, and back then he faced some tough questions, especially from the politicians who were from the Amhara region. Nama party leaders back then asked some very tough questions. Dasalin Chane and some others. So tomorrow's session is going to be important. Let's see who asks questions, which types of questions will be asked. Of course, questions will be about peace agreement, about OLA, about economy. I'll update you tomorrow about PM Abiy's address. Secondly, viewers, Oromo Liberation Army recently shared some pictures and videos from two towns of western Oromia, where some dawn strikes were conducted to after OLA claimed the control of the two towns. Reportedly, the two towns have come back under government control. Firstly, Mindi. Mindi is in West Valaga. It is situated along Nakamte Assosa Road, Oromia, Benishangal, Gumuz Road. And OLA fighters shared their pictures from Mandi videos as well a few days ago. Mandi is in West Valaga. And then Ethiopian Air Force conducted airstrikes on Mandi. Now reportedly, government forces have entered Mandi, which is back under government control. Secondly, Najo. Najo was taken by Oromo Liberation Army less than a week ago. And while it was in full control of Najo, it shared some videos showing some weapons which it captured from some government weapon store. While fighters were seen in Najo. Najo is also in West Valaga. Najo is also back under government control. Nakamte is the same. In East Valaga, that OLA fighters entered Nakamte. There was fighting inside Nakamte city for hours. Some civilians were killed too. Infrastructure damaged. Offices attacked too. And then OLA fighters retreated from Nakamte. Same happened reportedly in Mindi and in Najo. So it means that OLA is still not in a position to capture main towns in Valaga and install administration there, though some towns are being administered by Oromo Liberation Army. But it's not that all towns in Western Oromia, in West Valaga, are under OLA's administrative control. And now when Tigray war in the north has come to a close, we could see massive pressure upon Oromo Liberation Army. No signs of any talks between OLA and government. Rather, there are signs that Ethiopian National Defense Force and regional forces are planning a major counter-offensive against OLA because ENDF and government believe that they won the war against Tigray in the battlefield. Battlefield victories of ENDF, EDF, Amhara forces forced Tigray fighters to come to the negotiating table, and there they agreed to disarm. They are hoping to adopt the same strategy against Oromo Liberation Army, that before the start of talks, government forces must strike a decisive blow to Oromo Liberation Army. Then there can be start of talks. Can this strategy work? Oromia is a large region. In a separate video, we will try to analyze this strategy. Can this strategy work in Oromia? It worked in Tigray, but let's see. Thirdly, viewers, third news story is about some very strong statements by the parties to Tigray conflict. Though the peace agreement signed in Pretoria, South Africa, prohibits use of false narratives and hate speech, but some people on two sides are not behaving in a responsible manner. Yesterday, Daniel Kibret, who is PM Abiy's advisor, tweeted. He said, if a person is buried with cloth or gold, it will not change anything because the person will remain buried. So he mainly said, he was mainly pointing towards TPLF. The TPLF had been buried. No matter what TPLF achieves as a political force in Ethiopia, it has been buried. Secondly, Professor Kindeya of Tigray External Affairs Bureau, he tweeted yesterday, he used the word heinous crimes, that heinous crimes were committed against Tigrayans. Secondly, he said exaggerated publicity exercises and empty promises will not deliver anything. Peace should prevail. So he is accusing Ethiopian government of launching exaggerated publicity exercises and making false and empty promises. Professor Kindeya is head of Tigray External Affairs Bureau. So he is part of Tigray regional government. His statements, his tweets are considered as Tigray government's official position. Daniel Kibret is reportedly advisor to PM Abiy. We don't know how influential he is in terms of decision making in Addis Ababa. The two sides should ensure that the hawks are kept in check. Hawks will sabotage this peace deal. The peace deal must hold. Ceasefire must hold. Talks should continue, but the commitments made should be respected. But if the hawks keep on spreading fake information, spreading propaganda, if they keep on mistrusting the other side, it won't lead to an atmosphere of trust and nation building, which is required for this peace agreement to hold. That is why I think the two sides should ensure that hawks are kept in check. From Tigray side, mainly we are seeing Professor Kindeya using very strong language. And from Ethiopian government side, no official is using such a language, but Daniel Kibret should be kept in check too, because his tweets are very widely shared by Tigrayans and non-Tigrayans. So it impacts the atmosphere of newly created semblance of harmony between Tigrayans and non-Tigrayans in Ethiopia. Thank you.